Advantage Plus campaigns and Advantage Plus targeting has become extremely popular over the last several months. And when we use this type of campaign or audience type, we essentially let Meta choose who they're targeting. Now, one question I often get asked during my strategy calls with clients is, how do we know who within the Advantage Plus audience is part of our warm audience? How do we know if we're reaching our existing customers too many times or just the right amount of times? And we can do this through audience segments. We can actually set this up and tell Meta that we want to know and define even further who is seeing these ads, who is making these purchases. So today what we're going to do is a quick tutorial showing you how it is that you can see how many people who have engaged with you or purchased from you in the past are a part of your Advantage Plus campaign or audience group. So what I will have you do is come into Ads Manager and under All Tools, click on Advertising Settings. Next, what you'll do is click on Audience Segments, and then here. So it says Engaged Audience Not Defined, Existing Customers Not Defined. It just means for my business, I haven't uploaded or told Meta who is part of this engaged audience and who is part of the audience of people who have purchased from me in the past. So what I'll do is I will go ahead, drop this on down. And if you've created custom audiences in the past, take a peek, they will all show up here. So I can see people who have hit thank you pages, people who have opted into email list campaigns that I'm running, people who have purchased from me in the past. I can see all these different audiences. If you haven't created any, no problem. You can click Create Custom Audience, and you'll mostly be loading information about people who have been to your website or people who are on your email list. So for example, what you could do would be to let Meta know who has been to your website before. I could specifically do not just all web visitors, but I think what would be really interesting to see would be those who have added to cart. And because I don't have a traditional like Shopify store, I have to do my tracking, a little bit of a workaround. So anyway, for me, I'm not seeing add to cart here, but what I can do is I know that if people visit a page that contains /cart, that for me, that would be people who added something to cart. So anyway, you can go ahead and select in here anything that you'd like. You could just do all web visitors too. If you wanted to know, hey, who is seeing my ad, is then making a purchase, and who of those people have been to my website, that's what this one would be. So anyway, if you wanted to do just cart visitors, I would do that. People who have visited /cart, then you'd name this. And then you'd click Create Audience. I'm not going to because I already have some custom audiences set up already, but what I can do is now go like this. All right, so this would be interesting for me to share with Meta. So people who have added to cart in the last 30 days, I can share with Meta that I would love them to notify me if anybody visited StanStore, which is who I currently host my course through. If anybody has visited my StanStore and then makes a purchase, that would be wonderful to know. I could also set up, let's see here, sure, I've got a whole bunch of email lists, my full email list as of October. You see I can go through and select all these. So as you can see, there's so many different options of what you can choose in here, but essentially what I want you to think about is if you can share with Meta who is important to you. Is it your website visitors? Is it your email list? Is it people who hit certain thank you pages on your website? What you can do is share this with them, and then once it's uploaded here, Meta will tell you from today moving forward how many of these people have actually purchased from your ad, or like if you're running ads starting tomorrow, you'll be able to see if anybody was in that engaged audience group. Now, very similar thing with existing customers. What you'll do is go ahead, I'd recommend doing a CSV export, and then you upload it here. So again, you can see if you are reaching people who have purchased from you in the past. You can see that by creating a custom audience, customer list. Click on next. All right. Click on next. Okay, then I'll drop and drag my CSV. And same as always, you can decide if you want to have customer value or not in here. If you did, you would just let them know total amount spent. So these are, different price points that people have paid for product of mine. I'm gonna go ahead and do no, just for this example. click next. I clicked import and create. I'll click upload anyway. It's giving me this message because I need to share more identifiers with them, which is fine. I can do that later. Okay, great. So I just uploaded customers who have purchased from me this year, and I will now click done. From here, I will go ahead and click confirm. Okay, your audience segments have been updated, so it lets me know that can happen within a few minutes, but it could take longer. Now, I just want to show you real quick, now what do we do with this information? Meta has it, okay? So when you are inside of Ads Manager, click on Audience Segments, and it should look something like this. So now moving forward, this is in a different ad account, but moving forward, what we'll be able to do is, here's a campaign that's running, and you can see we've reached 11,000 people within the last 7 days. 249 have come from an engaged audience, and I can see their cost per purchase. I could go over and see their return on ad spend, all of that. Then we can do the same for existing customers. We've reached 55 existing customers over the last 7 days, and we can see what the cost per result is there as well. Now, the big focus that I have when analyzing this information is just making sure that we are reaching as many new people as possible, which we absolutely are. You can see out of the 11,000 people we've reached in the last 7 days, just shy of that have been brand new eyeballs, which shows me that Meta's doing exactly what we want it to do. It's finding new audience members, and then it's bringing them in. It's showing some to our engaged audience and then some to our existing customers.